Welcome back to another episode of Staying in Touch. I'm your host, Mariana Villarreal, and today we have a very special guest. He is the VP of Marketing for the Alliance Group, Travis G.
That's me.
Thank you for agreeing to do this with me. I know it's like you're usually behind the scenes.
No, I'm happy to do it. No, I'm excited. I've never been a guest before. So this is fun.
Yeah. I think it's like, from what everybody says, that's the easy chair. This is the hard one, like asking the right questions. So. Yeah. I mean, I feel like if you're comfortable with what you do and you love it and you know it, it just comes out naturally.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So I know that you're also a licensed life insurance agent.
Yes, that was a requirement when we started. Lee, our CEO, really wanted everyone on the marketing team to have an in-depth perspective on what the agents go through, and that, automatically kind of translates into being able to help our agents better through the process and just knowing what kind of stuff they go through on a day-to-day basis. So it helps, and he encourages us to do some selling on the side. Plus, just in the nature of being in this business and sharing what we do all the time, naturally people come to us and say, hey, can you help me? I'm like, sure.
Yeah. Imagine I actually just did the videos, but I can't help you.
Yeah.
No, I thought that it would be a really good idea to talk a little bit about social media and the importance of having a presence in today's generation, at least, on TikTok, on YouTube, on Instagram, Facebook. Like, there's just so much. It's hard to keep up with.
Yeah, it can be overwhelming for sure.
Yeah, especially if you kind of know a little bit, but I mean, you guys do phenomenal jobs on video editing. Like, Alliance Group has some of the best videos that for life insurance information. Till this day, the first day I started till now, I share all the videos because they're just so good and straight to the point. And I think that's something that the internet kind of holds back on because they want the views. So if they can drag it on for part 1, part 2, part 3, you guys are just like, here, everything, one part, learn what you need to know. So from your marketing side, since you do you do a lot of the video and social medias, right?
Yeah. So, we'll start there. So I started here about 10 years ago, and we wanted to build a video marketing department. So that's why they hired me. That's what my background is in. I have a degree in digital cinematography. I came here fresh out of college. This is pretty much my first big boy job out of college. I've always done video though. So coming here, we started out in the back room over there with just like a green screen, and we just wanted to get the information out there. We knew that there was a huge gap in high quality and more so entertaining ways to communicate the information, because let's face it, life insurance isn't exactly the most exciting topic. Yeah. So really we took that as a challenge though. And then, so we went from green screen, we went to some animation, which I know you're familiar with, things about living benefits and IUL, and just wanted to really hit the bases of what, our agents, and the products that we sell are. So we kind of started there, and then we've moved up and up and up throughout the years. Now we have a whole video marketing department. We have Stratton Studios. We have this podcast room, and we've really tried to step it up every year, and to what it's become now. And there's a full video marketing team behind Alliance Group and its partners.
Yeah, no, I think from all of our partners, you guys have given our agents a platform for them to hold their own websites through, what's it called again?
Through campaigns.
Yes, yeah. The campaigns, and then you guys are allowed them to do vlogs on there and share the videos. It's kind of like a LinkedIn But for the Alliance group and everybody kind of just has their own website that they can share with their clients because, again, there's just so much out there that you don't know who to trust and what to believe. So I think the way that you guys have basically like mapped it out for everybody and like very transparent, like 1, 2, 3, there doesn't need to be like decimals or anything. I also feel like the viewers and the people that you interact with once in a while, it's good for them to also see like, oh, let me put a face to the voice or the people behind that are working like day and night to make sure like everything is good. So
yeah, we really, not to cut you off, but we really pride ourselves on being able to take an agent, whether they are brand new to the industry or have been in the industry for 30 years, and be able to establish the presence that they're missing. Because most agents and agencies that we work with aren't marketers; they're salespeople, and they're very good at what they do, but they kind of miss that key element of being able to market themselves really well. So we give them websites. We give them ways to manage their contacts for email marketing. We give them ways to market themselves on all of their social media sites. We've started even implementing being able to manage those for those people. And, really just trying to go from start to finish for all of their marketing needs, all in one place.
Do you think every agent should have some kind of social media presence?
Oh, for sure. If you don't have social media, you're missing out on a huge way. I mean, that's most of people's digital presence now anyway is social media. So, I mean, I'd say that's even more important than a website at this point. Because most of the time, if you've never heard of somebody, the first thing that you're going to go to is Facebook or Instagram or Google, and you're going to search for that person's name. So if you have nothing that's popping up or nothing that's establishing you as a professional, you kind of, there's that trust factor that you kind of miss out on. So having an established social media presence really helps you establish that you are a professional, that you know what you're talking about, and that you are trusted within your community. Right.
I think personally, everybody knows on my social medias what I do for a living. And
yeah, you do a great job of it.
So I try to make sure that, our agents also do that. And it's also good for the people that trust me to see me also talk about, things that maybe I don't have a chance to over the phone, because to talk about all of the IULs and the terms and, maybe you should get a Roth IRA or things like that on a 30-minute call, you're going to lose them. So, with topics on maybe somebody that wants to start just like a 1-minute or 10-minute video, like how do you think people should go about picking what they talk about on social media? Because I think like content creation is what holds people back.
Now, that's a great question. I think where you really need to start is knowing your audience. Whether you're an agency and your audience might be agents, and you might want to be recruiting facing, right. Or whether your target audience is just middle income America, and you just want to educate about the types of products and services that you offer. Or maybe you are an individual agent and you're trying to build a team. Maybe you want to recruit to the lifestyle that being a financial professional allows you to live. There's many different ways that you can market yourself on social media as a financial professional, and just knowing exactly who your targeted audience is going to help you tremendously on deciding what kind of content that you want to create.
That's true. And then do you think you need a lot of money to start creating and like doing all this? Because that's another thing. Like people are like, do I need to buy microphones? Do I need to buy a big old camera? Do I need to set up a whole studio?
I was going to say, if you look around this place, you're going to think definitely yes.
Yeah.
And I won't lie, we spent a ton of money on this studio. However, no, you don't need that to get started. Actually, most of our agents, we have the studio here so that our agents can come in and use it. That's why we have it, so we can help them build themselves as professionals. But no, you don't need this to get started. And actually, most of the agents that they run their entire businesses on social media don't use studio quality. They just use their phone.
Right.
So really, and that goes back to kind of knowing your audience and being able to choose who you're targeting and what type of things you're doing. Because a lot of these people who are recruiting to lifestyle stuff, they just have their phones with them everywhere they go. They're able to work from anywhere in the world. They're constantly traveling, going on all these incentive trips, and just living this awesome lifestyle. And really just need your phone for that.
That's true. Yeah, I feel like there's quite a bit of apps out there that would kind of put a video together for you. So I think personally, you're going to have to get like the little shyness out. And everyone always says, don't think about what others will think about you, especially the people that know you personally. Because to them, it might seem cringy, like, ooh, she's on.
We also don't need to be like going out and doing like the latest TikTok dance. Or,
yeah.
It doesn't have to be cringy either. I think there's definitely a wide middle ground there. It's not a thin line. It's a very wide avenue that you could definitely play in that is not cringe. And I think, for a lot of this stuff, it's just getting started. You can't be paralyzed by perfection. You just need to start. And your first couple videos are not going to be good. And if you accept that and know that and just do it anyway, if you can get over that hump, then that's the majority of the battle right there. Just you're going to get better the more that you do it, and you're going to come across it. I mean, it's going to help you in other areas too. If you can talk to a camera about IUL, then you can talk to a person about IUL. So it's just it really helps you kind of solidify your thoughts, get better at public speaking, all of that stuff. There's a lot of things that a lot of good that comes out of practicing and doing your own videos and being on camera, kind of knocking that shyness out that you're talking about.
Yeah, that's true. One of the main reasons why I wanted to do this was to debunk quite a bit of myths. Mm-hmm. And, a lot of podcasts, they do the cliffhanging ads, so people can go and like listen and like, how do you become a millionaire in a year? Or I made $100,000 with one policy that I sold. Things like that, I feel like they're very deceiving to reality of a brand new agent. Mm-hmm. And everybody comes, unfortunately, there's way too many companies out there that promote more of the agent's lifestyle than what the product is actually doing for the insured.
Right.
So if you were to encourage somebody to do social media, would you tell them, hey, stay true to what you believe in, what you do, or paint a picture of like, I know what I'm talking about, I make a lot of money,
You never lie. You don't need to lie or blow your lifestyle out of proportion. I don't mean to do that at all. And if I've said anything that says to do that or that came across like I'm saying to do that, then that is not at all what I meant. But I do see, there's a very wide range of how our agents market themselves. It keeps going back to knowing your audience, but there's no reason that you need to even blow your lifestyle out of proportion. I think even as something as simple as you make your own schedule, like I can work from home, I don't work weekends, things like that. Like, or if you just work part-time. So, a lot of our agents do this part-time and are still making an extra, 30 to 100 grand a year just doing it part-time. That's nothing to scoff at either.
Yeah.
I definitely would say you don't need to blow any of this out of proportion. You cannot make any promises that you can't keep. At its base, social media marketing is just letting people know what you do. So whether that is traveling the world and doing all that, or whether it's just I was able to help this client get $500,000 in protection for $20 a month. Whatever it is that you're doing that day, you can share that. And that's really as simple as it needs to be.
Yeah. And then another thing, like maybe somebody is willing to invest a little bit in equipment.
Right.
If they were to like, start something with like, I'm guessing buy a good microphone. So that way there's clear audio.
This is my my specialty, my fun part. Buying equipment is definitely my specialty. So if someone wants to start out, we've helped our agents and agencies build small versions of the studio, whether they have a $1,000 budget or they have a $50,000 budget. If you're an Alliance Group partner, we can help you guys do that. If not, if you're just watching this and just want to kind of step up your game a little bit, microphone I think would be key. And because you can watch a video, a low quality video with good audio, much longer than you can watch a good quality video with bad audio. It's just, that's just how it works. People just, they don't watch videos with bad audio. So getting like a quick lav mic, something that clips to you, that can go even straight into your phone, would be my number one thing. Number two would just be stepping up your camera. But honestly, iPhone cameras are so freaking good now. It's like, just use your phone.
That's true. I mean, most people do. It's all about the phone and the lighting.
The lighting, yeah, lighting is key. It's so funny. Like a lot of like the younger generation knows that already. It's like just growing up with phones, they just know like, oh, this being in front of this window is the best lighting in the house. Like they know that where their lighting is good in the house and stuff. But yes, lighting is definitely key. Larger soft lights are flattering to the face. So if you can get your hands on a large soft light source, then I'd definitely go for that.
Yeah. I mean, the only reason why we're even talking about this is because the range of the age range of agents, it's not young. So
yes, usually,
yeah.
The average age in this industry is 55.
So, I mean, the younger generation are probably watching this like, duh, we know that. But again, this is to be informed, know your options.
Yes.
And so I wanted to make sure that I need you guys to understand why the heck is InTouch Financial Group even doing this. And it's just to teach and give you guys options for whatever type you want to associate yourself with InTouch Financial Group. I know that a lot of our agents have been calling me like, Mariana, you look so good. You're doing great. I didn't even know you guys did that. But again, it's good for them because we do have quite a bit of agents and members across the country, and they talk to at least me on a daily basis, and I know a lot about them that I maybe shouldn't, but now they know like, oh, this is the person I talk to on the phone all the time. I think I need to bring a lot more of my team members in here so that way they can put faces together.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you hit on something there, and where they know your face now and they feel like they know you because they've watched you on this podcast, on other videos that you're putting out on social media. So there's that familiarity, there's that trust that you're building with them. And that just comes along with doing this and getting in front of video and doing social media marketing, just having your face out there. And again, it all goes back to what social media marketing is. And it's just telling people what you do, being in front of the camera, getting your face out there and building that trust.
Yeah. So if you guys are thinking about, doing social media, just personally start with stories.
Yeah.
A good story. See your interaction with the people that are following you. I mean, I have a business account on Instagram, and then I also have a personal, so that way I can keep the two separate. But like on your business account, have it public. Hashtags. What do you recommend on hashtags?
You got to do them, but I mean, they're less important now than before. Yeah. Yeah, they're good for search, and occasionally they'll help you kind of pop up in the reels and stuff. But I would say that they're much less significant now than they used to be. But you definitely still do them. I don't want you to think like, oh yeah, I put 20 hashtags that were relevant and my video didn't get any views. It's like, well,
What about the captions?
As far as like what the best practices are?
Yeah, because sometimes people put a whole essay on a caption and then some just put chillin'.
So the reason that a lot of people do long ones is the algorithms are measuring your time on a post. So if you can get somebody to click that more drop down and then it has a much longer thing, if nothing else, if they read not a single word of that, you have to scroll by it, and that's milliseconds more that they're spending on your post, and that algorithm logs that, and then they're going to show you more of that person's content. It's kind of a tricky thing. But if they do read that, obviously that is going to, keep them on that post a lot longer. It's logging that. It lets you, it's saying that you like this content. The more you're staring at a piece of content, the more you like it in the algorithm's view, right? So that's why a lot of people will do those like ridiculously long ones with, in tons of emojis. They're just trying to capture your eyes. But at the same time, I think that best practice would just be to be authentic and use your own voice. People are starting to be able to know when ChatGPT is writing these things for you. Like you can almost spot them now. Like you're like, AI wrote that.
Yeah.
This isn't Mariana. She doesn't talk like this. She's never used the word fathom before in her life. So just be authentic. Just don't come across as a bot.
Yeah, and I think there's a lot of agencies and marketing teams that are just AI based now. Yeah. And it kind of takes away that personality because it's so robotic.
It helps. And, I would definitely say you need to be using AI tools.
Yeah, it's a good structure.
But to assist, not to take over entirely.
Yeah. My boss, Eric, he actually said, because one of our team members obsessed with AI. Mm-hmm. And he said it's InTouch Financial Group, not AI Financial Group. Like you still need to be in touch with what you're putting out there, your emails, your text messages. Like, right. AI writes you a whole, script for you guys to like call on the phone or things like that. But at the end of the day, think about how many times you get a robot on the phone. Mm-hmm. Immediately hang up. Yeah. But if you get somebody on the phone that's like, hi, hey, Travis. And you're like, huh? Hi. Like, who are you?
Human. Huh. Uh-huh. How refreshing. Now, again, we use AI all the time, every single day. I use it almost every hour now. And so don't get me wrong. I'm definitely using it, but there's a difference between using it as a tool and just laziness and just letting it do your homework for you, right? So it's like, for example, like when people come into the studio, we have a bunch of scripts that we have written in the past, and we can load those into a teleprompter and someone can read those and, that's content, right? We don't recommend that. We have that option for people, but whether AI writes it or I write it or someone else in the office writes it, it's not your voice. So every time that we do that, someone has an issue reading it. Authentically.
I did. The first episode, I came with papers. I wrote scripts for everyone, wrote it for myself, and it didn't come out authentically like it is now, where it's just me.
Right. Yeah. And again, just use your own voice. If your brain did not come up with these words, or at least tweak them into something that resembles your phrases, then people are going to notice.
Yeah. Again, authentic. I feel like that's
authenticity.
Yeah, it's very.
We started
refreshing.
The podcast with that, and we're carrying it throughout.
Exactly. Now, I think it is very important for you guys to stay true to yourself. You make more genuine connections than faking something just for somebody else to kind of like you. And that can just go across the board on any topic. And so
this is just life advice at this point. Follow us
like
for
you
more.
said earlier about the dog that you posted it. You said the quote, "If only we could be what
the person our dogs think we are."
Do that. Be that on camera.
Be the person your dog thinks you are.
My dog loves me so much. But yeah, no, honestly, thank you. I feel like a lot of people don't know, or a lot of our agents don't know how to start going on social media and self-marketing there. They're maybe a little bit scared. So
just start. The algorithm will let you know what people like. So if you do some stuff and it gets 0 views or 0 likes, don't do that again. Try something else, Again, just don't be paralyzed by perfection. Just start. Do something. There are, at Alliance Group, we work with a ton of agents and agencies, and is a exponentially growing number of people who are doing this entire business just on social media. Strictly Instagram even. Like just one social media. So if you're don't think that you have to be this master at all of these different platforms on LinkedIn and Facebook and TikTok and Instagram. Just choose one that you are most familiar with and maybe start there. And again, it's going to be a lot of trial and error. We have a class it's a virtual course on social media marketing. If you guys want to learn more, it's on alliancegroup.academy. But a lot of that is going to tell you the same thing, which is you just need to start.
Period. Well, thank you again for taking the time. I know it's early in the morning.
That's good. I'm good. I'm caffeinated. I feel like this was this went well.
Good. Again, huge thank you to the Alliance Group for allowing InTouch Financial Group to use this beautiful studio. And the team, honestly, if you guys could see everybody, the behind the scenes team.
Thank you guys.
Yes, it's honestly great and awesome content that they create for us. Again, partnering up with the right group that you can have, that support even in marketing, which most people spend thousands of dollars a year on. And it's just part of the Alliance Group, a perk.
Well, this is your podcast. I don't want to blow us up too much, but yes, we are here for you. Especially if you're part of InTouch, which is, you don't have to do this all on your own. We are here for you. We've created this entire studio here for you. I would say we are the experts on doing this. So if you are not alone, you don't have to be alone. And whether you just start with your phone or you want to contact us and we can help you, that's up to you, but you have that option.
Exactly. You just have to say, I saw you talk to Mariana.
Yeah.
Part of InTouch Financial Group.
See? Yeah, just name drop. People say Mariana, we're just like, oh, come on.
Oh, yeah. Come on in. You're VIP. But honestly, thank you. And, stay informed, guys. Look at your options. There's money to be made in all types of way. Be true to yourself. You don't have to fake it to make it. And, we'll see you guys next time. Completely different topic, but know your options and always stay in touch. Bye.
Nicely done.